Hi guys, welcome back to Sherman's Kitchen. Happy New Year, and this is my first recipe back for 2025. This new year I have a lot of new recipes to come. I am so sorry that for the holidays I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't get to come on. As usual, I wanted to do a live for all my YouTube friends and family, but I was fighting with the flu, and most of the time when I wasn't entertaining my family, I was taking rest. Even now I still have a cough, but I'm way much better than before, and I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday, and I hope you're all doing well. Everybody's back to work, school, and back to the normal routine. So I wish everybody a prosperous, safe, and peaceful 2025. Let us keep in mind this 2025 will be a year of great blessing. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So I have a beautiful recipe for you all today, and this is one of my creation. So I would like to share it with you all today. I have a lot of ripe plantain in my cupboard, and I decide I'm gonna make a plantain tart, like pine tart. Instead of using pine filling, I'm gonna use a plantain filling because ripe plantain is very sweet. I'm gonna create a jam with it, and we're gonna make a plantain tart. We're Guyanese, I don't waste anything, and I like to create recipes. When I have extra stuff on hand and I don't want to throw it out, I like to add them into creative recipes, and I want to share it with you guys because I know most of us sometimes have ripe plantains and we don't like to fry them only. So first of all, we're gonna start with kneading the dough for the pastry, so come on down. To start with the dough, I have my all-purpose flour. I'm going to leave all the measurement in the description below. I have here some cold butter. It's very important to use cold butter and shortening. I'm using cold shortening. You can use either one, butter only or shortening only. I like to mix it too. And some ice cold water. That's all the ingredients we need for the dough. I'm gonna add them into my flour, and then I'm gonna nicely mix them with my dough mixer. I just added my butter and vegetable shortening into the flour. I'm gonna nicely incorporate it until it becomes like a oatmeal kind of texture, or like a wet sand texture, before I go in with my cold water. Pastry dough is one of the easiest dough to put together. You can do this in a mixer, but avoid cleaning up the mixer. I just like to do it quickly with my hands. This is that nice sandy texture that I'm looking for. We're gonna slowly mix in the ice cold water and form a nice rustic dough here. So I'm looking for a nice rustic dough like this. It all come together. If you look at my bowl, it's clean. My hands are clean. I'm gonna cut this in two so it's easier for me to work with, and leave it in the fridge while we're preparing our filling. So I cut the dough into two pieces. I'm gonna wrap them up with my plastic wrap, nice and form like that. Make it to a disc, and then leave it in the fridge. And we'll come back to it when my filling is done. You can do so much with your overripe plantain. I know sometimes we fry them, but that's not the end of the road. I have a recipe for ripe plantain bake, and it was so delicious as well. You can make so much more. Get creative in the kitchen and do not waste anything. Things are very expensive in the store. So I'm gonna peel these up, and then I'm gonna cut them into small pieces. You can also do this with really ripe bananas. These are some ripe plantain that I bought to fry on my cook-up rice, and we forgot about them, but today I'm gonna make good use of them. After peeling all the ripe plantains, I'm gonna cut them back into long strips and then cut them into smaller pieces. You can cut them in any way, shape, and form you desire, but I'm just cutting them into small pieces so they'll be easy to cook and all the ingredients will incorporate nicely. We're gonna make our jam with this, and I have a few ingredients here that I'm gonna be adding. I have some cinnamon powder, whole cinnamon can work. I have some clove, brown sugar, plantain is already sweet so I'm not using too much. And I have some vanilla essence, mixed essence can work as well. Let's put this jam together. So first of all, we're gonna add our brown sugar and mix it around. I'm gonna leave all the measurement of everything that I'm using today. We're gonna add our cinnamon powder. That's gonna add a nice flavor to it. And then we're gonna go in here and add our cloves. This will also add a nice flavor to the jam. And then we're gonna slowly mix it until the sugar is melted and incorporate nicely into the plantain. And guys, look how beautiful it looks when the sugar and the cinnamon combine in there. It have a nice color, and you guys know that this will taste like a real jam because ripe plantain is very sweet. I love ripe plantain. I like it fried, I like it in bake, I like it boiled and fried in any which way. So today this combination here, seeing that I had plantain and I wanted to share something new this new year, new things like I mentioned earlier before. I'm gonna be very creative this year. This is looking good. So Natalie requested mixed essence and Jessica requested vanilla. I'm gonna add a little bit of both in here. So I'm going in with my mixed essence and I'm pretty sure, oops, it's gonna taste nice. And a little bit of the vanilla. Combination of both will give us a nice flavor. And then we're gonna mix this in well. We're gonna allow the plantain to get soft. It smells good with the essence. And my jam is ready. If you look closely, it looks like a pineapple jam. Who can tell that this is a ripe plantain jam? Natalie tasted and she said it tastes perfectly well. I'm gonna turn off my stove because I can see that the plantain is separating from the bottom of the pan. So this is ready. Turn my stove off. We're gonna let it cool down until it's completely cool before I start filling them off. Let me know what you guys think. So guys, my filling is nice and cool, as you can see. And now we're gonna put our dough and filling together. I'm gonna roll off this dough. We need some flour on the counter. And I'm working with half of the dough. The other half is still in the fridge. So we're gonna roll this off to a nice, maybe 1/2 inch thickness. Some more flour. And keep rolling. I roll it out to this thickness. Just like a 1/2 inch thick. And I'm using my blender cover to cut this. This is the closest, sharpest thing to the size I want it to be. I'm gonna make some circles and then we're gonna work with these circles. So with a little bit of milk and yellow food coloring, I'm going to use for my base and to seal my plantain tart. You can use egg as well, but today I want to keep it eggless. So a nice scoop of the jam. We have to make sure that we can close it back. And you can fish out your cloves at this point. That's what I didn't add the stick cinnamon, because then I'll have to fish them out as well. So we're just gonna brush the edges, and then we will seal these, baby. You can make them as big or as small as you like. And then we're gonna fold the sides, and then just like that, we're gonna fold it over here. And then if you have too much, just remove it, and then take the bottom part and then cover the top like this. Make sure that your ends are properly sealed and you are good to go. This one is really filled. And here is our plantain tart ready to go. So we're gonna do another one. Just seal the edges. You can do this with water as well. You can skip the food coloring, but I just like the color of the brightness when the tart is finished. And then when you're doing this process, make sure that your filling is completely cooled down. You don't want to work with it while it's still hot. So now I have my edges nice and sealed, and I'm gonna continue to do the rest just like this, and I'll show you when I'm done. So guys, I just finished filling them off. I'm just brushing them now with my milk and a little bit of yellow food coloring to get that nice finish when it's done. And I have my oven preheating for 350 degrees. I will bake these for about 20 minutes and they will be ready soon. For all my vegetarian friends, this is vegetarian friendly. There is no eggs in here. So I just brushed them all. They're going into the oven, and I'm gonna show you guys how they look when they're done. So here is my ripe plantain tarts. They are done beautifully. I got a good portion out of it. They're nice and hot and they smell so good. Let me show you guys. It's really nice and flaky, and the bottom is perfectly done. See, nice and brown. They're super hot. Just finished baking. I'm gonna let it cool off a bit, and then I'm gonna bite into one and let you guys know. As you can see, they're really filled to the brim and nice and flaky. I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea and I will let you guys know how this tastes. And guys, let me show you how beautiful and nice these are. And I want to show you the filling. They're so hot. I'm trying to find one that's not so hot. And they are nice and flaky on the top. Look how full these guys are. Beautiful filling. I'm gonna pour out my tea and I will let you guys know how it tastes. And here is my beautiful ripe plantain tart, and I know you guys will want to know how it tastes. It's nice and warm. I'm gonna have it with a cup of tea. This first mouthful goes to the viewers. The pastry is so flaky and crunchy. I don't know if you guys can hear that sound. And the filling, the filling is so delicious. Tastes very nice with the flavor of the cinnamon, the clove, and the two different essence, like a jam. I didn't know ripe plantain can taste so good in a tart. Guys, You have to try this. For all my friends who have a lot of ripe plantain and you don't know what to do with it, there's a special kind of flavor coming through in the bag there that I can't even tell you what it tastes like, but a very nice one. If you have lots of ripe plantain and you don't know what to do with it, don't throw them out. You can make bake, you can make plantain tart, you can make gulgula, so many things. I have a lot of recipe on my channel for ripe plantain. I don't throw away things. Things are very expensive, and my grandma taught me not to waste. Girl, to be honest with you, the pastry is so flaky and the filling is so rich, so delicious. There is no shortage of filling in there. So that's it for my ripe plantain tart. Hope you guys like this recipe. Cheers, and hope you'll give it a try. And remember, this new year, I have a lot of new recipes to come. Take care. God bless. Love you guys. Bye for now.